What up, everybody? Raider Jay coming to you from my office. Got everything kind of hung up and set up. As I get more, obviously some stuff will go off the wall and some stuff will go back on, or I'll just rotate it, whatever. But what a week it has been for the sporting world. Doing my 9 to 5, I friggin' couldn't believe some of the headlines that I was reading. But let's jump into it. Like you guys don't already know, Pete Carroll of the Seattle Seahawks is walking away from the team as the head coach. Respect. I mean, what else can we really say about the guy? He coached them for years. I have the stats sheets pulled up to look at so I can actually give you guys all the details, all the information about the characters, or not characters, but the coaches and whatnot. But now here's something interesting that I didn't even know. Pete Carroll began his head coaching career at the professional level, the NFL level. He saw minimal success in '94 with the Jets. In all the years of being a football fan, I never knew that he coached for the Jets. And then it says that he was also the head coach of New England from '97 to '99. Shocker there, because I'm sorry for us people. You think of the Patriots, you're thinking of Bill Belichick, which another person we got to talk about here in a bit. But he did pretty good. He coached them. Has a heck of a resume for being a 72-year-old coach. But yeah, friggin' as a coach, he friggin' in the NCAA level, Pacific as a general assistant, Arkansas as a graduate assistant, Iowa State. Now that's something for us Iowa folk. Iowa State. In 1978, we had Pete Carroll as a secondary coordinator. And same with Ohio State. North Carolina State was when he got his first little taste of being a defensive coordinator back in 1980 to 82, defensive backs coach for the Buffalo Bills. Defensive backs coach for the Miami, for the Minnesota Vikings from 85 to 89. Jets defensive coordinator from 90 to 93. Jets head coach in 94. San Francisco defensive coordinator from 95 to 96. No wonder the Seahawks whipped up all over the Niners before they became a real good team. And like I said before, the New England Patriots from 97 to 99. But before he was the head coach for the Seattle Seahawks when he became the Seattle Seahawks head coach back in 2010, he was actually the head coach for the Trojans, for USC, from '01 to '09. That's pretty impressive. I mean, that's a hell of a resume for somebody who is 72 years old, but he knows the game of football. And that's probably why he had such a great success in the NFL. With that, I mean, career highlights: Super Bowl champion, NFL's 2010s All-Decade Team, BCS National Champion in '04, so that would have been with the Trojans, two-time AP National Champion, four-time Rose Bowl champion, two-time Orange Bowl champion, seven-time. Not one, not two, not three, not four, not five, not six, but seven-time Pac-10 champion, which I don't even know if that's even in existence anymore with the monkeying that the college has done. Home Depot Coach of the Year in '03. Professional record of head coaching record, 170 wins, 120 losses, and only one tie. Can y'all believe that? One tie? And in the postseason, perfect, 50%. He's won half the games that he's played in the postseason. As an NCAA coach, he went 83 of 19 for a .814 win percent. And in the NFL, 181 to 131, 180 wins to 131 losses and one tie. I gotta give mad respect to him. I mean, he was a coach that also had the Legion of Boom, Richard Sherman, Bam Bam Chancellor, Bruce Irvin, Bobby Wagner, all those guys. That was a heck of a team. They still are. They're missing some pieces. I mean, you got Geno Smith. He looks like a good bridge player for the Seahawks. You got some great weapons in DK. I always butcher his bloody name, but that new receiver that they just drafted, Jack something. Like I said, I butcher the name, so I don't even pay attention. And plus, he didn't make a whole lot of plays this year. Big plays that got recognition. But you got DK Metcalf, I'd already said. Kenneth Walker III for a running back, really good. In that defense, you still got Bobby Wagner on there after he had his stint with the Rams. But I think the pieces are still there. They just need to come together. And at his age, he's like, I'm too old to coach this and get it going again. But I believe he is still acting as, right down here, the vice president of football operations and advisor. So he will make some advices to the team. But as for being the head coach, being the one on the field, no, he ain't. But I hope he enjoys his retiring from being a head coach. Because, he was a good guy to watch on the field. Always smacking that gum. But I still say it's going to be kind of crappy that his legacy will forever be that pick in the Super Bowl against the Patriots. Because anybody and their mother would have ran that ball with Marshawn Lynch. Give Beast Mode the ball, let him truck through that line. But instead, he decided to try and pass. Which you can't really fault him because he knew that the Patriots were expecting him to run with Marshawn Lynch because they had the box stacked. But instead, they went with a pass. And fate intervened. That's all I can really say about that pick. I've seen it 100 times, and all I can ever think of is just, wow, how did that happen? But let me know what you guys think about Pete Carroll. Give him an A for excellent. He had an excellent coaching career, or F. He was a piss poor coach. Glad he's gone. And if you're an NFC West person, don't let your bias of he coached my team, because I mean, the next person I'm fixing to talk about, I thoroughly despise, and that is the great Bill Belichick. I mean, and Belichick's a year younger than Pete Carroll. He's 71. At the time that he left, so just here recently, when he left the NFL, when he left the Patriots organization, he was the longest tenured head coach, which doesn't surprise me because he won so much. But once again, as these last couple seasons have proven, it was never the Patriot way. Belichick ran the defense, but Tom Brady ran the offense. I still remember getting told by my dad that Tom Brady would take pay cuts because it's like, hey, I want that offensive lineman. Yeah, but he costs this much money and would put us over the cap hit. Take it out of me because he keeps my butt upright. I do apologize for the burping. Just had a little bit of chicken. But his coaching tenure started back in 1975. Oh, I did not know this one. He went to Annapolis, Maryland high school, but he was born in Nashville, Tennessee. But anyway, he was part of the infamous Baltimore Colts, And yes, for people that don't know, the the Indianapolis Colts were originally called the Baltimore Colts, but they left town. They literally left the city of Baltimore and snuck off to Indianapolis. If you believe everything that was said about it, in my opinion, come up with your own things, your own ideas. Don't buy into somebody else's. But he was a special assistant with the Baltimore Colts in 75. In 76, he was the assistant special teams with the Detroit Lions. In 77, he became the receivers coach. 78, Denver Broncos had him as an assistant special teams and defensive assistant. New York Giants had him in 79 as a special teams and defensive assistant. New York Giants again in 80 to 84 as a linebacker and special teams coach. And then in 85 to 90, they promoted him to defensive coordinator. And after that was when he got his first taste of being a head coach with the Cleveland Browns from 91 to 95. Can't really say he did much there. But then again, it's the Cleveland curse, as I call it. I mean, the city of Cleveland is just a cursed city, if you ask me. They are just cursed. No matter how many great players they got, no matter how many good coaches they have, they can never seem to just get it. And that's not just NFL. It's MLB, it's hockey, it's everything. Everything that has to do with Cleveland, they just can't seem to get it. Now, granted, the Indians do. The Guardians do have a World Series, I believe. But since then, what has happened for the city of Cleveland? And I'm sorry, I still prefer to call them the Cleveland Indians, not the Cleveland Guardians. But then after that stint, he was with the Patriots as the assistant head coach and defensive backs coach. From 96, and then in 97 to 99, he was the assistant head coach and defensive coordinator for the Jets. Then after that, obviously, he left in 2000 to become the head coach of the New England Patriots until 2023, and then the rest, as they say, is history. His resume itself, his highlights and awards guarantee him that he'll be a first ballot Hall of Fame coach. And I have no doubt in my mind that when he becomes eligible, he will go in, just like Tom Brady will. But 8-time Super Bowl champion. 8-time as a coach. 3-time AP Coach of the Year, NFL Coach of the Year, AP NFL Coach of the Year in 03, 07, and 2010. Maxwell Club NFL Coach of the Year 2007. So effectively a 4-time Coach of the Year. NFL 2000's All-Decade Team, 2010's All-Decade Team, 100th Anniversary All-Team. New England Patriots All 2000s team, Patriots 50th Anniversary team, New England Patriots All 2010s team, New England Patriots All Dynasty team. The man knew football, but the man knew it on the defensive side of the game. He knew it on the defense, and that's just it. But I did forget to talk about this. In 1992 to 1995, when he was with the Cleveland Browns, he was the de facto general manager. What that means, I got no idea. As a matter of fact, let me pull it up here real quick. De facto. De facto, in fact or in effect, whether by right or not. And that's as an adverb, as an adjective denoting someone or something that is such in fact. So basically, he's not the general manager, but he is the general manager. So he was that for the Browns from 92 to 95. And then he was that again from the Patriots. So he walked in as the head coach in 2000 and was the de facto general manager from 2000 to 2023. So he pulled double duty, coach and GM. Pretty impressive. But now here's a real good one because 2021 APWF Executive of the Year. NFL records. And let me know in the comments down below if you guys think that any of these records will be beat. Because I don't think they will. Most Super Bowl wins with 8. Most Super Bowl wins as a head coach, 6. Most Super Bowl appearances, 12. Most Super Bowl appearances as a head coach, 9. Most playoff wins as a head coach, 31. Most playoff appearances as a head coach, tied at 19. With, if I could tell you, I would, but I cannot. And then most divisional championships as a head coach, 17. So he won the AFC East 17 times in a row. Or I think, no, he just won it 17 times. But still, that's impressive. Impressive for a guy whose only credit that a lot of people will know is his time with the Patriots. Regular season, 302 wins and 165 losses for a .647 win percent. In the postseason, he's 31 and 13 for a .705 win percentage. Career, 333 wins to 178 losses, .652%. I mean, you gotta give him props. You gotta. Whether you hate him, love him, spit on him, whatever, the man was one hell of a coach. And I got no problem saying it. Bill, you have my respect. Take your time off and enjoy the rest of your time. Spend time with your wife, your kids, your grandkids, I'm assuming. But yeah. A little note. Now, once again, I'm getting this off of Wikipedia, so take it at face value. But it says here that after graduating from college, Belichick took a $25 per week job as an assistant to Baltimore's head coach, Ted. Well, how do you pronounce that last name? I cannot pronounce it. In 1975, and he was making $25 a week. I couldn't live off of that. So that's Bill Belichick's career. Yeah, he is a good coach. Still is. Now there's rumors flying around that he's going to join the Raiders organization because Tom Brady reunite there. No, I think he is done. He's walking away from the sport, and he's just going to go and enjoy the rest of his time that he has left on this rock. Because I'm sorry, and I still say it, and I will say it again. Mark Davis, hire AP. Because these two coaches I've just talked about, Bill Belichick and Pete Carroll, they both have one thing in common. They both started out as defensive coaches. And even the great John Madden for the Raiders was a defensive coach before he was the head coach. I say give him his shot. But once again, that's just me. And I'm just a no-name schmuck talking to y'all on YouTube in the middle of a blizzard here in Iowa. So take that as you will. But now here's the one that when I heard that he retired, it shocked the hell out of me. And you all probably know who I'm talking about. Nicholas Lou Saban Jr., also just basically known as Nick Saban, the head coach for the Alabama Crimson Tide. Yeah, what more can be said? His resume speaks for itself, and people probably have this plastered on their freaking bedroom wall. But he was a defensive back in 97 to Yeah, 1970 to 1972, he played a defensive back. And oh, geez, looking at his career, I'm just like, how in the heck, how in the world? But 73 to 74, he was at Kent State as a graduate assistant. 75 to 76, back at Kent State, but this time as the linebacker coach. 77, Syracuse offense or outside linebackers. 78 to 79, West Virginia defensive backs. 82, I can't talk today. 1978 to 1979, West Virginia defensive backs. 1980 to 81, Ohio State defensive backs. 1982, Navy defensive back. 83 to 87, Michigan State defensive coordinator and the defensive back coach. Now, here's where he gets his first little taste of being an NFL coach. 1988 to 1989, Houston Oilers defensive backs coach. 1990, he was the head coach for Toledo. 91 to 94, he was the defensive coordinator for the Cleveland Browns. 95 to 99, Michigan State head coach. 2000 to 2004, LSU head coach. 05 to 06, he was the head coach for the Miami Dolphins. And we remember those years. I'm not even a Dolphins fan, and I know that, and I remember those years. But then, here's where it all started. 2007, they hired him until he retired just the other day from Alabama. In college alone, his record is 292 wins, 71 losses, and one tie. One tie. NFL, 15 and 17. He is 19 of 12 in bowl games, and in tournaments, he is 9 of 5. And then right here, 7-time national champion, 2003, which, hey, that's for people that think that he won all the titles with Alabama. No, he actually won a title with LSU. Nice. But then all of these are Bama. 09, 2011, 2012, 2015, 2017, and 2020. 11-time SEC champion. 2001 with LSU, 2003 with LSU, then 2009, 2012, 2014, 15, 16, 18, 20, 21, and 23 for Alabama. One time MAC champion. And that was in 90. That was in 90, so that would have been with Toledo. And then 12-time SEC Western Division champion. 01 with the LSU Tigers and 03 with the LSU Tigers. And then 08, 09, 2012, 2014, 15, 16, 18, 20, 21, and 23 as an Alabama Crimson Tide player. 2-time Brian Bear Bryant Award winner, 2003 and 2020. 2-time Walter Camp Coach of the Year, 2008, 2018. Georgia Muger Award, 2016. Bob Dudd Coach of the Year, 2014. 2-time AP College Football Coach of the Year, 2003. Once again, when he was with LSU. In 2008. 2-time Eddie Robinson Coach of the Year, 2003. Once again, LSU. And then 2008. Home Depot Coach of the Year in 08. Sporting News Coach of the Year in 08. Liberty Mutual Coach of the Year, 08. Bobby Bowden Coach of the Year, 09, 2011, and 2012. 5-time SEC Coach of the Year, 03 with LSU. I'm sorry that I'm mentioning LSU so much with him, but I'll get to that here in a second. And then 08, 09, 2016, and 2020 for the SEC Coach of the Year. And I didn't say 2016, 2020. Sorry. But that's just it. Like with Bill Belichick, his career is synonymous with the New England Patriots organization. But it's cool to see where they started out at and how they grew from there, rather than just I was thrown into this position and greatness was thrust upon me. No, the years of experience and planning that they saw. Like I said, all three of these guys were in their 70s, so they didn't just go to one place and have success. Now, Nick, he knew how to play the college system apparently, because what did I say his record was? 292 wins and 71 losses and 1 tie in the collegiate level. There was a stat I saw, I swear, it said that in his tenure in Alabama, so from 07 to 2023, he has had 44 first round picks in the NFL draft. And I'm pretty sure it only said 17 losses. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. In 17 years, he lost 17 games, 7 games, something like that. It was an impressive stat. Now, once again, okay, Alabama, big school, good football program. That being set aside, you could have a great college that's going to draw people, draw scholarships, draw commits, all that happy horse manure. But he controlled the football program. He controlled who the starters were. He controlled everything. So he ran the team. He took all those individuals and made them mesh together. Because a team is a hard thing to beat. And the best way to explain this is, if you're a kid, go to the Lakers in the 80s. Best example I can come up with. Dribble down that court as fast as you can. Pass the ball behind you for somebody to take a jump shot because you got a defender right in front of your face. And you'd rather not. You'd rather give it to your buddy who you know is behind you than try and get a foul or some other crap. Looking down here, when he was with the Cleveland Browns in 91, he was underneath Bill. He was underneath Bill, or in order to become the defensive coordinator of the Cleveland Browns under head coach Bill Belichick. So he was underneath Bill Belichick. Those three newses just shocked me when I first read them, because I was like, these are some important guys. Why in the world? What made them retire now? Why didn't they retire years ago or something? And something came across my phone. I'm using my phone as a camera right now, so please forgive me. I gotta get some more stuff and get the setup going, but it's slowly but surely getting there. But right here, Gerard Mayo is the new head coach for the New England Patriots. Well, that didn't take him very long to replace Bill Belichick, but then again, the NFL season doesn't wait for nobody. Kind of like the offensive line coach for the Raiders is going to, I can't even remember where he's going, but he's leaving the Raiders to go coach the exact same position for a different team. But Gerard Mayo he's got some pretty big shoes to fill, if you ask me. Pretty big shoes to fill with with Bill Belichick leaving. Now, for this upcoming week, because this is the Super Wild Card weekend, folks. First game we have up is Cleveland at Houston. Don't get me wrong, I adore CJ Stroud. I wanted the Raiders to get him something fierce when he was available in the draft, but I knew that there was no chance the Raiders were going to trade up to the number 2 overall pick or the number 1 overall pick and take him. But that being said, I do like Aiden O'Connell. Do I think he's the guy? No. Not a ghost chance in hell. But I do like him. He'd be a good game manager and a good filler for the guy's hurt or whatnot. But you got Cleveland versus Houston, and I am giving it to Houston. I'm giving it to Houston by 14. Or not Houston. I was just talking shit about CJ Stroud. I'm giving it to Cleveland. And I'm giving it to Cleveland by 14. Like I said, Houston's good. Or Houston's okay. But Stroud's a rookie, and the team's not quite there yet. Now, once again, Cleveland, not really. They got Joe Falco in there, which, hey, success story. He's pretty much just living the beginning part of Kurt Warner's career. I was stocking shelves at Hy-Vee, and I got the call from the Browns. Hey, you want to be the coach or the quarterback for the Cleveland Browns? But their defense, God. Every time I watch them play, I get scared. Because they are blood-hungry dogs. But I'm giving it to Cleveland. Miami at Kansas City. Now, that's an interesting one. One second, please. Gotta love some doctor. Miami at Kansas City. It is supposed to be colder than a well digger's behind in Kansas City tomorrow. Somebody was talking about them postponing the game due to the frigid conditions. I'm like, there have been games colder than that. And they still make the players play. This isn't. You can take a team from today, put them up against a Raiders team from the 70s, or hell, even the 80s, or any team from the 80s. And the 80s team will whip them like redheaded stepchildren. But, that being said, Mahomes, he doesn't have it this year. He's a great quarterback. I'm not denying that. But he doesn't have it. The receivers can't catch for... I'm sorry, they couldn't catch a freaking cold. Best way to put it. How many games were lost because the receivers couldn't catch the ball? Enough said. And Travis Kelce, I'm sorry, I think he's too much worried about a little Taylor Swift booty than he is playing the game. Now that being said, he's not talking about retiring or anything. He still loves the game, but I think he just doesn't have it this year. So I'm giving it to Miami, with TK with Tyreek Hill having some revenge. So I'm giving it to Miami. Give it to Miami because I think Tyreek Hill's gonna get his revenge, and yeah, I'll go with that. Pittsburgh and Buffalo, I'm giving that to Buffalo because the Steelers got in by the skin of their teeth. That, plus my mom's a Steeler fan, so I could just give a little nudge to her, kind of a deal. But I'm giving it to the Bills because I really want to see Josh Allen get some revenge on Mahomes if they make it through. But I'm giving that to the Bills. Jovo? Come here. I know I introduced you all to him at the game, but here's my youngest little dope-boo, I call him. All right. The next game is going to be Green Bay against the Cowboys. Personally, I want to know your opinion. What are you going to pick? Do you say the Cowboys are going to win or the Packers?
Cowboys.
Oh, we got a Cowboys guy here. Yeah, I'm going with the exact same thing. The Packers barely made it in the playoffs, so I'm thoroughly believing that the Cowboys are going to get some much-needed revenge after I think it was the NFC Championship game from a while back. Des Bryant, oh crap! I had the name until I started talking about it. The tight end that went to the Raiders, Jared Cook, had that sideline catch that was controversial, and then even the Des Bryant catch that was not ruled a catch. I think Dallas finally gets their revenge on them. But then we have the Lions versus the Rams. Matthew Stafford going home where it all began for him. I don't see the Rams beating the Lions. What do you think? You think the Rams are going to beat the Lions? You don't?
Lions gonna beat the Lions.
The Lions are gonna beat the Lions?
Yeah.
Well, that ain't wrong. The Lions are the only thing standing in their own way.
Lions gonna beat the Packers.
The Lions already did beat the Packers. But I'm giving it to Detroit just because they are hotter than hotcakes right now.
Lions.
They're so hot that they make steam look cool.
Lions.
So, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. That wide receiver for the Lions, Nuka or Naku or whatever you pronounce his name. Once again, I butcher names and I do apologize. He's a heck of a rookie receiver, but yeah. And then Philly against Tampa Bay. What do you think? Who do you think's gonna win? Eagles or Tampa Bay?
Eagles.
And I have to agree with him on that one.
Because Eagles beat the Cowboys.
But I have to agree with him. I think the Eagles are going to beat Tampa Bay. I think, once again, Tampa Bay has all the pieces there, but the Eagles are more of a team. Now, again, they did lose against the Cardinals, which was a shocker to me, but I got to give it up to the Eagles against Tampa Bay. But that is all we got for the upcoming games for the NFL. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I gotta look up something real quick here, Dami. As you all can see, I do have an MLB cap right there for my first game I went to with my lovely wife. Yeah, I'll talk. Like I said, I will talk about them. Right now, everybody's just in spring training, so it doesn't really matter too much. But let me know who you guys are rooting for in this upcoming MLB season. Because, not gonna lie, even though that thing says Twins, I'm a die-hard Dodger boy. So with that, let's look up the hockey, because I got a Go Wilds thing right there. Because I don't mind watching a little hockey game every once in a while. Not NFL, NHL, you silly goose. Oh, let's see. Today we got the Flyers and the Wilds kicking off at 7. Rangers and Capitals tomorrow. Predators and Stars tonight. I'm hoping that the Wilds can win, but that's just me. But let me know who you guys cheer for in the comment section down below. And we will discuss that more at a later date. And if you all can tell from the room, got my Raiders Super Bowl flag. Got a Bo Jackson running picture and a baseball picture that I got from a buddy of mine with a list of his little accomplishments. A weird face. I'm pretty sure I know who that is, but I'm still going to do some research and find out. The Bo Jackson signed picture that my wife got me for Christmas this year, and then a nice little metal Raider sign, always hanging around. But anyway, that'll do it for me. Go, have a good time, be safe. Appreciate each and every one of you, but keep God number one because He controls everything. You want to say something to Daddy's audience, buddy?
Be safe to know dummy.
And like one of the guys who inspired me to do this, I will see you in the next video.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. Bye.